Hello everybody and welcome to this video. My name is Ruben. This video is a time-lapse of a digital painting that I created using Adobe Fresco. Now this particular image that I created is a landscape of Echo Park, Los Angeles, overlooking I think it's the northwest area. It's near downtown. Now I started this particular piece using a light blue wash as a warm-up before jumping into the sketch. After I put down a wash, I started to sketch the main composition using a green, sort of a mid-tone color in this case. And then I started to add some more green to sort of fill in the blank canvas. Seeing a blank canvas isn't fun, especially when you're first starting out. It can play tricks on you. So one thing to help you get over that is to just to start covering up the canvas, the white. And then the other thing it helps to do is that it also helps with the positioning or the composition. By adding mass to the image, you can see, start to visualize and see more or less where things are going to fall. Now some people like to completely sketch out their composition or their image. I do too at times, but in this particular case, I decided to throw down color as I went along the process of forming the composition. Because this is a landscape, you can be way more loose, generally speaking. I'm starting to throw in different tones of green in there, and this helps with to create depth. To create depth. The yellow that I'm throwing down here now is just a generalization of where the highlights are going to be positioned. So I'm adding more color, refining shapes, and in this case trees with pink. It's a sort of it's definitely a warm but yet cool color. It's an interesting color. So as you can see, I'm further refining the shapes, the trees, the the foliage of the shrubs and the bushes. As I continue to go along here, I pick a color, and then I try to spread it around throughout the entire canvas to sort of balance out the composition. Now, the great thing about digital paintings is that you can undo or erase, completely delete a layer. Now, if this was a traditional painting, you can't really there are no layers. I guess there are layers, but it would be, you can definitely remove marks, but you won't be able to get rid of it completely, which I think is really cool because I think it adds to the overall textured feel and look of a piece. So what one might consider a weakness is actually a strength, in my opinion. That's the great thing about painting in the traditional sense, is that it all adds up. You end up building up layers, and it all adds to the painting. I think it having a more sketchy look gives it a more filled or lived in feeling. So when you use a more painterly approach, it gives the piece a more lived, scarred feel, which I think is more realistic to a truly lived experience. Moving along, I'm adding a ultramarine blue to give more definition, to really define certain parts of my painting. In this case, I'm using a really dark ultramarine. So after I've added the blue to cement the darks and the positioning of things, I then started adding some white to further refine shapes, and also added some white in the sky. I didn't want to add solid white because the sky is never solid white. Neither are clouds. They have shades of white and other colors. But I wanted to keep this piece very loose. So as you can see, I'm cross-hatching through the entire top portion. And I will also add the same white in the lake to bring in that reflection, that reflective color. It's the attention to detail, or the illusion of detail, that really make a piece stand out, in my opinion. Sometimes you want to go minimalistic, but with a piece like this, it naturally has a lot of detail because it's a landscape. There's a lot of nature, foliage, trees, reflection. So the more depth I give this, I think the more the richer the final image is going to have. Now, as you can see here, I'm getting to a pretty good point in my process. I'm almost done. Now, I never intended to use super realistic tones and color. I wanted this to be a vibrant work of art, so I used more energetically charged colors. It's lively, and that's what I wanted in this for this piece. Much done here with this piece. I think I end up adding some darks, probably I think it was a black, just to give it some real depth. And then I go back and erase a lot of it, but leaving some of that black in there to leave, because I do want this to have a full range of depth of tonality. And after adding the black, I go back and add some more of a magenta to bring out a little bit more of the dark mids, because I don't want anything to be pitch black. And then I believe I go back and I erase some of that black, leaving just a tad here and there for that depth of tone. Adding some more highlights there. Was missing the brightest of brights. By the way, if you've never been to Echo Park Lake, I highly suggest it. It's a beautiful area. It's a very iconic landmark of LA. So if you ever get a chance to go, I highly suggest it. And if you get a chance to go at night, it's a pretty nice experience. You'll often, especially during the summer, you'll see a lot of people picnicking in the evening after sunset, and that can be quite the magical experience. Highly suggested. So there you have it, folks. This is my digital painting of Echo Park Lake using Adobe Fresco. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you guys use to create your artwork, and see you on the next video. Thanks. Bye-bye.